We've come so far since my inauguration. On that day, I told you, as I stood in that winter, we stood in a winter of peril and a winter of possibilities. Peril and possibilities.
So Joe Biden has given his big primetime speech about how he's no longer running for president in 2024 and how Kamala Harris will be the person who is receiving his endorsement, the one to lead us forward into freedom and prosperity, if you believe that. And by the way, believing that, think about the mainstream media, right? The leftist Democrats who are out there now doing the biggest job of gaslighting about why Joe Biden is out and, of course, who Kamala Harris actually is. We have some wonderful clips to show you, but before we get into that, please like and comment so we can break through the algorithm. Here we go.
You know, in recent weeks, it's become clear to me that I need to unite my party in this critical endeavor. I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future, all merited a second term. But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. And that includes personal ambition. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. That's the best way to unite our nation. You know, there is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. But there's also a time and a place for new voices, fresh voices, yes, younger voices. And that time and place is now.
So this is truly hilarious. Joe Biden is here saying that, yes, he's done such a good job at managing America because obviously we don't have any record inflation. We don't have a wide open border. The world is not in chaos. Joe Biden did such a good job at his management position of being president of America that he's not going to run again for a second term. He needs to unite his party because there were definitely no calls for him to step down because of lack of mental awareness, lack of physical ability, and of course, he doesn't have the capacity to beat Donald Trump. He is just not popular. But never mind any of that, right? To unite his party, to make the right decision, despite the wonderful job he's doing, he's not running again. He's passing the torch to the younger generation. And of course, this is the spin that the media is putting on everything he just said, which is hilarious. Check this out.
But he's leaving. You know, no, forget the 3.5 weeks. He's done an unnatural thing, very rare in the annals of history. He stepped away from power, and he did it in the interest of the country.
In spite of, as he said, personal ambition.
I think this will. I think history will look kindly on Joe Biden, and I think people will look differently on him tomorrow than they did a week ago, and they will maybe see his achievements and his commitment to this country more clearly.
He asked the question, does character still matter? Well, it does tonight. It does tonight. The kid with the stutter did good. He did good. That's a good man. He fell on the sword. He fell on the sword. Most heroes, they fight to the bitter end. He fell on this sword. He's an old guy, but the heart's still there. You know, the words aren't as clear, but the love is as clear. The heart is still there. And I think people need to look at this because you had somebody sitting in that chair and he wouldn't give up power no matter what. Wouldn't give up power, let there be an insurrection, wouldn't get out of that chair. Even when the people voted for you to get out of the chair, he wouldn't get out of the chair. And you got somebody who's sitting in that same chair showing that character does matter, showing that you can have grace, you can put the people first, you can pass the baton, and you're a bigger person for it. You're going to be more loved for it. So you've got two examples now of what men with power do and how they act at the end. And you couldn't act any better than Joe Biden. That kid with the stutter grew up. He did a great job for this country, and he's doing a great job tonight. And I love that man.
Yes, you heard that correctly. They're going to sit there and pretend that Joe Biden wasn't just forced out by his own party. There was not just an insurrection against a sitting president by the Democrat Party, all right? Instead, we're going to pretend that, oh, he's doing the noble thing, right? He's getting out of the race of his own accord because it's better for the country. He's sacrificing himself for the good of the party, right? He's falling on his sword so that democracy in America can flourish, right? That, of course, is the big gaslighting they are doing right now. And it is hilarious to watch, but also sad, because how many people are going to actually fall for that? And of course, the answer is every single person who watches CNN unironically, of course. But here's the thing. Who are they getting to replace him? Well, they're simply just installing Kamala Harris, and that is not going to do them any favors. Here we have a new Rasmussen poll, and this was conducted July 22nd through 24th. And check this out. Donald Trump leads Harris in a head-to-head 50 to 43 in this poll. And by the way, this poll is a Democrat +2 poll, right? And down here, when you throw in RFK, Trump still has a +7. He drops from 50 to 49, and Harris drops from 43 to 42. So people are already making up their minds, all right? And this is what's being reflected in the general, never mind the swing states. So this is who we have, and this is what people actually think of Kamala Harris.
How do you perceive Vice President Harris compared to President Biden in terms of competency and experience?
I think she's worse. She doesn't even know what's going on at the border.
Right.
And that's what she was supposed to be doing and in charge of. I mean, as a school teacher, if I did not do what I was supposed to be doing, you better believe my job would be in jeopardy. Well, it isn't. It not only was her job not in jeopardy, she was just handed a promotion.
Is there anyone that Kamala Harris could appoint as her vice president that you would find reassuring, would make you consider voting for her?
No.
Never consider voting for her. No.
I would do RFK Jr. way before her. Same.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And she's not the first woman to run for the presidency, Hillary Clinton. I'm assuming no one voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. So it's not necessarily going to sway you to vote for a woman in office. When do you think America will have a female president?
When there's a competent one.
I don't get a good feel for her.
I think she's an idiot.
Right.
Mary, why do you think that she's not that bright?
Because she hasn't done anything in the time that she's had. We don't know anything about her as far as her 3 years so far in the White House. She's not real smart.
Now, I know this is a panel of Trump supporters in Wisconsin, but they are all women, okay? And women have not traditionally broken for Donald Trump. Now, I love the line that basically, Kamala Harris, what do you think of her? Oh, she's an idiot, okay? And that's something that everyone on the right has seen, right? You have the word salads, you have the memes, you have the video clips of Kamala Harris just repeating the lines over and over and over in a slightly different way because she really doesn't have much to say, okay? So the idea that all of a sudden she's gonna come out and be a huge, capable candidate is simply laughable. And what has she done over the last 3 years, right? Nothing, as they pointed out. She has not done anything of note, anything of recognition. Now, she is just the vice president, and that's basically just, kind of a figurehead piece. But honestly, she was put in charge of the border, and that has been a complete debacle. She hasn't even been down there yet. She, of course, now is planning a trip where in advance they're going to clear out the streets to make it look presentable for all of their photo ops, of course. But that's their standard operating procedure. So either way, Kamala Harris is not a good replacement for Joe Biden, and Joe Biden was awful to begin with. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay safe out there, people, because they're coming after you.